Imagine a World Cup qualifier so heated, it needs a ceasefire more than extra time. Central America, 1969. El Salvador versus Honduras. 90 minutes on the pitch, 100 hours at war. El Salvador is small and crowded. Honduras is larger, poorer, and in the middle of land reforms. Hundreds of thousands of Salvadorans live and work across the border on Honduran farms. Land, jobs, and politics are already tense. Football will not help. It will light the fuse. June 1969. World Cup qualifiers for Mexico 70. First match in Tegucigalpa. Honduras wins 1-0. The night is ugly. The Salvadoran team sleeps to the soundtrack of stones on hotel windows. Street scuffles flare. Newspapers on both sides turn the volume up to 11. A week later, the return match in San Salvador. El Salvador wins 3-0. Honduran supporters are chased, beaten, and bussed to the border under guard. The game ends. The anger does not. The tie goes to a neutral playoff in Mexico City. Before the ball is kicked, El Salvador cuts diplomatic relations with Honduras, citing attacks on Salvadoran migrants. Then they play. El Salvador wins 3-2 after extra time. A ticket to the World Cup is secured. Unfortunately, so is a war. This was never about a referee's call. It was land, migration, and politics, weaponized by headlines. Honduran reforms squeeze smallholders and target Salvadoran settlers. Salvadorans at home see their people threatened. Radio hosts and columnists serve outrage with breakfast. The stadium chants carry into the streets. 14 July 1969. El Salvador launches airstrikes and a ground push along the main highway. Honduran aircraft respond. Fuel depots burn. Bridges fall. Towns shelter in churches and schools. It is later nicknamed the 100-Hour War. Short, brutal, pointless. These are not grand armies. They are small air forces with old planes and ground units rushing along country roads. Pilots bomb airfields and petrol tanks. Trucks ambush each other at crossroads. The Pan-American highway turns into a shooting lane. Civilians run first, then look back to see their homes looted or gone. The Organization of American States moves fast. After frantic talks, a ceasefire is agreed on the 18th July. El Salvador begins to pull back. The shooting stops, but the shouting takes years to fade. Thousands are dead. Many more are wounded. Hundreds of thousands flee or are expelled. Trade between the two countries collapses. The border stays shut for years. Families split by a line on a map learn to live by letters and rumors. Diplomatic relations are restored slowly. A peace treaty is signed in 1980. The border dispute goes to the International Court of Justice and is settled in 1992. El Salvador, meanwhile, falls into its own civil war in the 1980s. The football chants are long gone. The scars are not. Football did not invent the anger. It gave it a stadium, a timetable, and an easy target. When leaders ride a wave of outrage instead of calming it, the crowd leaves the terraces and heads for the border. So that was the one where a football match sparked a war. The scoreboard says El Salvador went to the World Cup. History says both sides lost more than a game. This has been allegedly historic. Subscribe if you like your history quick on the ball and sharper than a linesman's flag.